Thanks for being here tonight with ABC 13 News. I'm Christina Thompson. Now, breaking tonight at 6. Tonight, we have two breaking news stories to tell you about. This is just a shocking case out of Texas. A mother and her newborn daughter vanished more than a week ago. The CDC has released new guidance for Americans who have been vaccinated for COVID-19, but they're still restricted. The House could vote on a coronavirus relief package tomorrow morning. The health commissioner can give the Lynchburg Health Department the right to force those carelessly spreading the virus to comply with the guidelines. Tonight, Speaker Nancy Pelosi and the Trump administration have reached an agreement on a second federal spending package. Starting today, the Virginia Department of Health will expand the data they release to you. He's expected to talk about a potential statewide mask policy, something he said he was working through the weekend to create. He can't give us the numbers just yet, but they did see more voter turnout during this election than they saw in the 2016 Democratic primary. We will be posting those unofficial election results on this race. What's your reaction to President Trump saying the emails on Hunter Biden's laptop is the second biggest political scandal in history? If you point our camera up, I think we can see it. Just now, it's overhead. We're going to try to get you a shot of that chopper. Protesters had actually come up towards the campus. It has been blocked off by police. Check it out. They're moving in right now. We'll show you as they move in towards the protesters. Now, I was going to step in it to show you just how deep it is. I'm really glad I tested it with this tree branch first because, as you can see, that goes really far down. I had packed up my snow boots for the winter thinking that we were getting spring weather. Obviously, I was very wrong, but at least they're getting some love now. We've seen the floodings change pretty drastically, but for the better. Now, I want to bring your attention to some of these debris down here in the roadway.
Wearing masks during the pandemic is a divisive issue. Some can't stand it, others don't mind. Business owners, though, are supposed to enforce it.
If you see someone shopping without one, you can complain to the Department of Health. But what really happens to those complaints? Does anyone really get in trouble? Christina Thompson investigates.
Some shoppers, like Mary Messer, are afraid to go to the store.
You know, people are dying. You may not know directly somebody that died, but I do.
Messer says she's seen so many people ignore the state mask mandates inside the Kroger in Forest, she won't shop there anymore.
They say it's their right not to wear a mask, but I don't feel like it's your right to make me sick.
Messer has an underlying health condition that puts her in the at-risk category for COVID-19. She sent me photos of what she's seen. Improperly worn masks, no masks at all, and little social distancing. She filed a complaint with the Central Virginia Health Department. Sheila is another scared shopper. She didn't want to show her face on camera or give her last name. She says every time she goes to the Walmart Supercenter on Wards Road in Lynchburg, she sees a shopper without a mask.
I'm concerned for my health. I've got a heart condition and I've got asthma. I've got high blood pressure.
She also filed a complaint with the Virginia Health Department. I asked the local VDH for a list of every complaint made about businesses not following COVID protocol in the Lynchburg area from June 2020 to last month. I poured through almost 3,000 complaints from Lynchburg City and Amherst, Appomattox, Bedford, and Campbell counties. These are the top 6 stores with the most complaints. The Kroger in Forest has the most complaints with 53. The Walmart on Wards Road has the second most complaints with 45. This complaint spreadsheet shows the VDH only followed up once or twice with letters and in-person visits to these stores. The rest of the complaints were passed on to the Virginia Department of Agriculture and Customer Service. The health department says this is because stores that sell food are regulated by the Ag Department.
We do reach out not only via the letters, but also with telephone calls and work with the business to really try to bring them into compliance.
I used the Freedom of Information Act to get the dozens of letters sent to the top 2 stores. I learned the letters are basically a carbon copy of each other. They merely inform each store they violated the governor's mandates and a court summons could follow. Some of the businesses I looked into have upwards of 40, 50 complaints, and they've received multiple letters from you guys detailing those infractions. So my question is there any sort of threshold for how many letters a business can receive from your offices before you take that next step in the penalty process?
Once a business receives 4 complaints, we will perform an on-site investigation. We may seek legal action.
The punishment is a misdemeanor charge. But this hasn't happened for any business in our area. Why even have these mandates if there's not going to be harsher penalties for businesses that break them besides just a letter?
Well, there will be if a business refuses to comply. Again, we're trying to work with the businesses. We don't want a business to go out of business because of this order.
I asked Republican State Senator Steve Newman that same question.
That if people are trying to do the right thing, they're not going to be charged with this crime. And I think that's the right thing to do.
I also reached out to several Democratic state lawmakers. So far, I haven't been able to reach or schedule an interview with any of them. So I reached out to the corporate offices of Kroger and Walmart about their large number of complaints. Kroger sent me a statement saying, quote, "We do not have anyone available for an interview on this story, and we're not able to participate, but we appreciate you reaching out." Walmart never answered any of my requests. Back to you.